These are 3 hard-earned jewels that'll save you blood, sweat, and tears. We have to learn them the long way. You don't have to.
1, 2.
It's 3 the hard way.
In challenging a culture, the benefits could be people becoming tighter with one another and starting to actually see each other as people. I remember there are places that I've been before in leadership positions. For instance, let's say coworkers were just kind of going along throughout the day and doing their own thing. But I kind of go out of my way to make people interact and find out what are their strengths and weaknesses so that they can leverage that between each other and come out with the strongest work possible. But in that as well, it also forges a union between the team, and people start to look out for each other in ways that you would never imagine. Someone might have a sick mother out of town, and so they go see their mother, and the rest of the team automatically jumps in to help carry that load for them, and it's not even anything anybody discusses, they just do it, everybody's just kind of looking out for one another because they feel like they're a tighter unit from going through things together. So yeah, I think in challenging the culture, it can definitely be a positive that's gained, especially if you're pushing it in a direction that feels like people want to go towards, but they might not even know that it's a possibility. When you're one of the ICs, everybody feels like we're all peers. We can all kind of, vent the same way, talk the same way. There are things that I think designers and individual contributors will say to each other that they would never say in front of the manager or the art director or the creative director, right? Because they could appear a certain way, but because they're in the trenches with another IC or whatever, that's fine. Even I've seen designers, art directors, and ACDs will kind of look at things and act openly with one another, but then when the creative director shows up, it's a completely different vibe. I mean, poking fun and playing and pet names and all of that. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that as long as it's not traumatizing or hurting anybody. As long as everybody is willing to participate, right? No issue with that. I think it becomes a problem when you're pushing it too far. But just joking names and you might make fun of this person or a prank here and there. I don't really see anything wrong with that as long as everybody understands that, we're not crossing the line. I think there's a level of professionalism. I'll give you an example. One time, one of our coworkers left and went out of town, and we took his whole cubicle and covered the whole thing in foil, right? We put foil on everything. And there were pictures of famous people all over his workspace, and he was finding these pictures over time. They were just hidden all over the place. Something like that is just that's nothing, right? I wouldn't say go do that to somebody you don't know, right? But I don't see any problem with that because everybody involved was okay with it. There are certain things that are just kind of they're asking you hey, are you part of the culture? Will you do certain things I don't know, you gotta wear this silly hat or whatever, right? Some people will be yeah, I'll wear that hat, I'll be part of the culture, it doesn't mean anything to me. And then other people are I don't wanna do that. And maybe they're just not part of that culture. I can respect that. If you sign up to do a job, your job is the job. To be part of the culture is something totally different. That's up to the individual if they want to be part of that culture. I don't do the hazing thing. I'm not a fan of I need to bring somebody in and make them feel less than everybody before now they've proven themselves and so now they can be part of the, no. If you're in here, it's because we believe you belong here. And so even if you're the most junior person, you can still have a conversation with the CEO, the president, the CMO, CFO. Doesn't matter what C is before their name. Everybody is respected as an individual and everybody has thoughts. So those great ideas can come from anybody and it's respected as such.